will keep it with me. I will take in my luggage. At 17 years old or 18, it was a good way to celebrate it. And yeah, every time I go to France, I tell this to my friends that don't believe it. I forgot this.
No
book
way.
and a pen. So I didn't do a lot of things. It's the average price per square meter in Paris because they want to become number one in everything. New expert in real estate.
An expert in real
that
estate.
we all know.
Yeah.
I think if Dubai do something like this, it will be amazing.
I welcome our audience to the Behomes channel. Today it's very interesting day. Thomas, it's our guest today. Thomas, please tell about yourself.
Hi guys, thank you for the invitation. So my name is Thomas. I'm French. I do real estate for 8 years now. And in my experience, I started in France and then moved to the US. And now I've been in Dubai for 3 years.
So, Thomas, tell about your experience with working in Miami, because it's very difficult country, US, and Dubai. Please, maybe can you start?
Yeah, sure. So I will start from scratch. So basically, when I started real estate in France, I was doing like leasing, rentals, etc. Then I switched in the wealth management world. So basically, I was working for a company that used to sell US real estate as well. So I was quite familiar with US real estate already. And because I didn't really like school, honestly, so I decided to go to Miami where I know brokers, etc. already. So I moved there for like 1 year. I used to work with one of the best brokers in Miami. With a big clientele, luxury real estate, multifamily building, etc. So it was very interesting. And the market there is hot, honestly, compared to what I used to know in France, because everything is fast. It's the US, so everyone wants to do business. Everything is fast, and I liked it. For example, closing. It takes 2 weeks to get a closing done in the US. But in France, it was like 4 months, So I was like, oh, we can do this. It's crazy,
Yeah.
So the market there, it's very nice. They have a system called MLS, which I find very smart and very good because basically when an agent lists a property, he can, there is a platform where all the agents can have access to the listing and they can sell it, to their clients. And basically they just split the commission. So it's good, same because in France, it doesn't work like this. You have your listing and you can sell only to your clients. So that's why everything is fast and it doesn't take forever to sell a property. So I was impressed by the Americans on the way they work and the way they do business. So I liked it, and I think I kept it with myself. And when I came back to France, I said, okay, I will keep it with me. I will take in my luggage, and voila.
So I'm sorry, I won't tell about the best colleague, Ken.
Thanks, Andres. Thanks for inviting in, and I really appreciate it. This is my first time doing a podcast, and so let me explain it to you and also for audience. How does it work? I mean, what do I do at all over here? I'm doing it, and how did I ended up over here? So basically, I also do a real estate within the together with the Behomes and Andres. We started together this company, and so basically, I'm really, really happy that I was part of a co-founding team and a board member. And so today, I'm really happy that I'm also into the real estate sector because this is a huge. This is a huge piece of cake, right? And it is, and we can definitely,
big piece of cake, maybe the same like $74 billion. Yeah,
it is, right? And I'm happy to be part of that. And thanks for inviting in. So today we are happy to have you here, Thomas. And I am. To be honest, I have a really interesting question for me, and I'm sure it's going to be also interesting for the audience. So you said you've been doing the real estate for last 8 years, right? And you started 16 years, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's interesting. And you had a mentor back in the US in Miami.
So when I started at 16, it was in France. Actually, my father used to have a wealth management company, so everything related to real estate as well.
Wow.
So that's why I was always interested, even when I was like 8 years old. I was like, that's cool.
What's your fathers do, right? That's interesting.
Yeah. And yeah, so I started in France first, and voila.
Wow. A bit curious. So if you do remember your first commission that you made from the real estate, how old you used to be then? And then if you do remember how much that was the commission, what did you do with that money? I think that's interesting. And then the second question that I have is, so since you were you've been doing the real estate for 8 years, and then you are the expert into real estate, correct? A lot of people also interested in the question of, what do you think of the PropTech startups, such as, what do you think of the startups, companies such as Property Finder and Buyout and Dubizzle? I'm sure me and the team, and also as a team of over here too, they are also interested in. So that's the question that I have.
All right, so I'll answer the first question first. So with the first commission, so when I started at 16, I was like at the beginning in internship. So at the beginning, I was doing rentals, and the first commission was, "Thank you, Thomas. This is a book and a pen." So I didn't do a lot of things.
So that's what? This is book for a pen?
Yeah, like a book and a pen, because it was internship for free at the beginning. I was doing rentals because they trust me. Anyway, and later on, when I did a sale, my first sale was a house in the US.
Wow.
Okay, a small house, like investment property, to my best friend. Actually.
Wow,
My best
that's
friend,
interesting.
French client. And so I took like maybe $3,000 or something like that. Yeah, just saving a lot, and voila. And
where did you spend it?
I went to nightclub. Okay.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. This is what you gotta do too, I guess. So. I'm kidding, don't.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but at 17 years old or 18, it was a good way to celebrate it. And yeah.
Wow. That's nice. That's really inspiring. That's inspiring. And if we come back for the second question, what do you think of those applications and those such as help for brokers?
If we're talking about Property Finder, Buyout, etc., for me, they are all the same. First, like you put your location, 3-bed, price, and that's it. So I don't think they bring a lot of value to brokers. It's just search tools, for me.
Open marketplace.
Yeah, exactly. It's a marketplace for me, and I use it like this. So yeah, they bring. Of course they have like data, etc. But I also find this data somewhere else, and maybe I don't know if it trusts more the other sources. But it's a great tool to find properties, to search properties, to, for example, you don't have a listing with you, but you have a client that is looking for something, boom, you search on Property Finder, you have something, and you can make a deal at least. And it's great for that.
So interesting. Yeah. Maybe, difference between marketplaces in US, maybe in Florida, maybe in Miami, and Dubai, maybe which average?
So for example, there they have Zillow. Zillow, the thing, it's good, same, you can find all the properties that you want, but they have the Zillow estimate. So basically they put an estimation on your house, and it's always fake. Like
really?
Yeah, like for example, they put a house at 300K, and it's 220, for example, or the opposite, So yeah, but the good thing that they have for brokers there, all the real estate agents can have access to MLS. So the MLS, basically all the agents can have access to it. So it means that, for example, me as an agent, I list a property. All the agents in the US can have access to this property to sell it. And basically, let's say an average 6% commission, 3% for the buyer's agent and 3% for the seller's agent.
I think it's a good commission.
Yes. It depends on the size of the deal, of course, but in general,
it's more commission than Dubai. Yeah, because average commission in Dubai 2%.
Okay, that's interesting. But Thomas, personally, me and I'm sure the audience too would be interested in terms of like your vision for the real estate. What do you see yourself in the next 5 years and next 10 years? You're still into real estate, and so what's your vision for yourself? That's interesting.
So a vision for myself for the next few years.
Next 10 years.
10 years,
15 years, let's see.
Yeah, so my goal is to develop my company. Mainly I'm doing risk investments, fix and flip at the moment. So in the next few years, I want to develop and maybe, I don't know, create my own buildings or stuff like that with investors. Develop the classic brokerage as well, with a team of agents that can work and, bring cash flow as well.
So you want to do also construction, as I understand.
Yeah, at the end, yes, it will be a goal as well, to say, okay, this is my
Wow,
building.
that's really inspiring.
It's really interesting.
That's inspiring.
If you see for this sector developers, which sector you're very interested in? It's villa, townhouse, or classic apartments?
Honestly, for me, since I used to work in like more the financial side, it's just about numbers.
Really?
Yeah, it depends. Of course, usually when you buy and you build multifamily buildings, it's easier because like you buy one land, you can have 300 units on it. It's cost efficient.
Yeah.
I like Thomas. He said it's like about numbers,
and even after, if you do property management, it's easier because instead of having 300 units, one villa there, one villa out there, etc., it's a lot of time.
Obviously.
For property management, you just have like one location and everything can be managed with like one people or two people. So yes, it's faster, easier. Multifamily buildings. I used to work a lot with a multifamily buildings project in the US, Florida, and New York as well. The last one in New York was a $120 million building.
Wow.
So yeah, a lot of things, hospitality inside, residential apartments, commercial, etc. So it was interesting to see because it was in the previous company where I was partner, and it was interesting to see how we can build this kind of project. So first we need to raise equity, then we need to raise debt, then we can refinance, etc., etc. There's two phases. I liked it. So yeah, when I will be more solid, let's say, I want to do something like this.
Wow. Well, that's really inspiring, and we wish you the best of luck. So, and I'm sure you would definitely reach at your point of your vision. That's really inspiring. That's really inspiring.
Yeah. So if we talk about professional community in Dubai, can you make top 3 advices for new brokers?
Top 3 advice for new brokers. First, learn. Learn the market, learn the laws, learn the rules, learn the areas, learn everything. Because I see a lot of people, and I think it's because of social media as well, everyone think that you can start real estate, you can make a lot of money straight away. It's not true. Honestly, if you don't work hard, if you don't love what you do, it will never work. Because I saw a lot of new experts in real estate. That we all know. They started real estate 2 weeks ago. It's great. We need to start somewhere. But first learn, and don't think that real estate is easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. Second thing, network a lot. Today I make deals only because I networked a lot. When I was in Miami, my only goal was to network. That's it.
Wow.
So
network for investors, you mean?
Not only, investors, of course, but not only network with other brokers.
Too.
Because there is platform now that can, for example, you can share listings between you guys, etc. So it's good. Network a lot with developers, agents, everyone. And the third one is do one more all the time. I mean, for example, you want to call 10% a day, do 11, because maybe one more can make a deal, Yeah. So and this works in real estate, but works in life as well. Like for example, you go to the gym, you want to do 10 reps, you do 11 all the time. You do one more, and because at the end of the day, if you do, for example, you say, okay, I will contact 10% today. You do one more every day. At the end of the day, you have 365 contacts more.
Wow. Exactly. I like that. I like that 1% rule.
Exactly. Even if you are not good seller or whatever, a person who has 300 contacts more than someone else, he will make more deals. This is statistics at the end.
Obviously.
So yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just second, maybe third.
No, the second one was network.
The second one
second
was
one was
network.
network. Yeah,
The
it's
first one to
really-
learn,
yeah.
and then the third is you got to do one more extra push-up.
So
Exactly.
nice. I think it's our audience very appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's go into the real estate again. And I know it's tough to compare with some of the cities as we talk for real estate of Dubai and then real estate of Singapore. It's going hand by hand in terms of the growings and then real estate, right? Because the city is growing. And then Singapore is also growing. If we compare to the, let's say, within the US and the state of Florida, right? As we talk off the topics over here, off the cameras, you said a couple of like 3 things, which is differentiate between the Dubai and then the Miami. And if you could just remind those 3 topics, differences between the real estate of Dubai and real estate of Miami.
First of all, Miami and Dubai are very similar because, for example, just during the COVID, there are only 2 cities that started to went up. It was Miami and Dubai. Even today, on the luxury real estate sector, Dubai went up for 44% year over year. Miami is second with 11%, but still, it's good.
Sorry, 11% of what?
Appreciation.
Oh, 11.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Dubai 44. It's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And so they are very similar. I think it's 2 good cities to invest in. At the moment, I think Dubai is better than Miami to invest because of interest rates as well. Now it's very slow in the US. Everything is slow. And for the life, I love Miami, really. I love Miami. It's a very good city, but Dubai has very good points as well because it's very safe. It's no tax, and the location is perfect. It's close to Europe, close to Asia.
Yeah, so one of the reasons I loved Dubai is like it's like almost near to next countries, whatever you want to land it on, Europe and Central Asia and etc. Like, yeah,
exactly.
that's interesting. That's interesting to live over here in Dubai in terms of the location.
Yeah, maybe you remember interesting stories about safe in Dubai. Yeah.
Safe in Dubai, yeah, of course. I got one. Every time I go to France, I tell this to my friends. They don't believe it. So basically, I was not in a cafe, but like somewhere, eutside.
Over here in Dubai.
Yeah, in Dubai.
Okay.
So of course, I forgot my phone, my wallet, 200 euros cash inside, like 800 dirhams. Some stuff inside. I left. I was driving. I thought, I forgot this. I came back like 45 minutes later.
Wow.
Still here. Even my friend last time, he forgot something somewhere. Like it was in the morning. He realized that he forgot something. He said, you know what? I will come back tonight. It's okay. He was not stressed because he knows that it's Dubai, it's safe, and nothing will happen. And you can't do this in France. You can't do this in the US.
So if we talk about price for meter square, can you talk a difference between Miami and Dubai for maybe 1 meter square? Yeah, for luxury and real
for
estate,
luxury, I'm not sure honestly the price per square foot in Miami at the moment in luxury, the average, because the thing with luxury is that it can
analytic system.
Exactly, guys. But what I know is that for me, there's a lot of people saying that Dubai is very expensive. No, it's not true, guys. Dubai, you want a nice apartment, Burj Khalifa view, something very nice, you will be at like 40,000 dirhams per square meters, which is 10,000 euros. It's the average price per square meter in Paris. The average.
Wow.
We are not talking about like downtown Burj Khalifa view. If I'm talking about like Champs-Élysées or something like that, it's like 30k euros. So no, for me it's still cheap. So that's why when people say Dubai is at the highest price, maybe it's not a good time to invest now. Well, when we know the vision that Dubai has in the long term, and because they want to become number 1 in everything, I think we're still cheap, and I think it's still the good time to invest. And compared to Miami, the prices are on luxury side. Maybe it's still little bit more expensive in Miami at the moment, but Miami on the luxury side, they have something that Dubai doesn't have, in my opinion, is that they have villas, waterfront villas, but with the deck to put your boat.
Wow.
And this is
They straightly put you in the boat.
Yeah.
like for example, you have your villa, your deck, boat.
Oh, okay,
And this is very common. Like all the villas have
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here in Dubai, even if you live on Dubai, you can't have your boat. So when you are talking with luxury clients, this is a good point for them.
Yeah,
so I think if Dubai do something like this, it will be amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Exactly.
It's good to have your apartment and then next to it your boat. It is.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why some properties in Miami are more expensive, because they have this good thing as well that Dubai don't have.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Sure.
One of the interesting questions for me is personally, what do you think of the other countries that are promising some, let's say, not a big interest returns, but not like when they're just promising big ambitions of a real estate, such as the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, right? So the KSA, they just announced that we're going to have a like NEOM and then the city for the line, right? I guess you've heard it. And what do you think of the countries of ambitions for the real estate when they say we would do this? I think if you search into the deep on it, where the construction and then engineers that says that it's not possible to build within the 5 or 10 years, it's going to take way much longer than they promise. I mean, I'm not bragging them like, oh, they said this, but I'm saying that like, I'm a bit curious in terms of your opinion of countries. They are saying we're going to do this, and we're going to be being better than Dubai, And what do you think on that? If you got my question, I hope the audience got the question too.
I got it. So I think it's a very good thing to be ambitious, but it's better to be realistic. So countries that overpromise and underdeliver, they take a risk because at the end, if they do this 1, 2, 3 times, people will stop to believe in them because they don't deliver as they said. For example, the project The Line. Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
It is promising. It is ambitious.
I don't know how they will do it. I don't know how people will live in it. Personally, I will never live in this. It's like lockdown. I don't know. It looks weird on the project at least.
Andres wants to buy a property over there, or like that.
That's my dream.
Really?
I mean, but I think it's good to like buy and to give it to rent.
Why not? But,
whenever it will be built.
But they need to attract people to Saudi Arabia. I think that's why they are starting to do a lot of things with soccer, etc. as well, because they want the world to know Saudi Arabia and. Because otherwise, I mean, you can do this kind of construction, but if no one lives there, there's no point.
Obviously.
So they take a risk. They should either hire more people to do it faster or don't overpromise some stuff.
I just want to re-say it again. I don't want to next thing comes up, they're gonna ask the questions again. You said that this is the promise. So you believe for their ambition, as I understand, and so definitely would if you would had a chance to work within the next biggest market. Let's say if they make it, you would do it. You would take the chance, I guess. You would.
Yeah, at least I will look at it. And for me, I'm not scared about borders, etc. I mean, I used to work in France, US, etc. So if there is opportunity, of course I will look at it. Yeah, and I think if they have the same ambitions as UAE, they can do big things. Yeah.
So cool. Yeah. It's so interesting. We talk about type of property in our country, Dubai, Miami, Saudi Arabia. If we talk about secondary market or off-plan, what's your vision to secondary market? Because I know right now off-plan has got a price plus maybe 10 or 50%. If we see the same like building who stay here, the same point. What do you mean about secondary market?
It's good. Personally, I like it because, for example, for investments, you can add a lot of values to properties. For example, I'm looking to fix and flip properties in Jumeirah Island at the moment. Mm-hmm. This is something that you can't do with off-plan, for example, because like property that need rehab, you can add value, and this rehab will increase the after repair value of the property. So for investors, secondary market of it's very good, even for investment rental, for example, because you can get your rent directly. But the good thing with off-plan, it's often the payment plan. And I know that a lot of French clients and international clients as well like this because, like, for example, they put 20% down payment and then they think they are owner already. Of course, they have to pay
sure.
the payments. And
it's more easy format.
yes, and most of the time, I mean, not most of the time, but it happens that sometimes they imagine something,
Yes,
and they don't have the resources to finish the payment plan, and they have to resell it, before the handover. And no, but both are good, especially in Dubai because the secondary market. If you are not into rehab, etc., you will have something outdated a little bit, while off-plan you will have something ready, brand new, nice, most of the time luxurious, etc. And now I see that a lot of people are looking, even for rent, to have nice community, nice building, nice amenities, etc. So this is what you have with brand new building with off-plan at the moment, but that you don't have with like old buildings, for example, in Marina or etc. They are old, and you don't have the same amenities.
Old school trends. Yeah, it's Marina.
Exactly. So that's why, for example, in Marina, Marina Gate, the prices went up for rent because like the amenities are very good, and it's not the case of all the buildings in Marina.
So you as you mentioned it, you do a secondary as flipping. So you buy it and then you renovate it and then resell it.
Yeah, basically.
How long you been doing this? And if you could just throw us over there something within your vision.
Yeah. So basically, I started to do this in the US at the beginning, in 2 different states, and then I decided to do this in Dubai.
When did you start doing in Dubai? Like, what was the date you started to flipping?
This year.
This year. Wow.
Yeah, this year.
Wow.
So I'm on it.
Wow. Nice.
So basically, how I do it, I raise funds from investors. Wow. I look at properties. I have everything, the sourcing, the rehab team, the renovation, etc., etc. So basically, I handle everything. The client put the money, and we split the profits at the exit. The minimum target that I'm looking for is 25% per deal.
Wow.
Below this, I don't make.
So you take the 25% out of the deal.
Yeah. So basically, for example, I will give you an example of Jumeirah Island. I just visited a villa 2 days ago.
It's after renovation. Yeah.
Yeah, after renovation. So basically, the villa was 13.5 million dirhams.
Okay.
We put 3 million dirhams in rehab, and we sell it for
to renovate it.
Yeah.
And then you sell it for
21.
21. Whoa. Wow. That's nice.
Yeah. So there's
a good business model.
Yeah. So basically, there is good money to make like this. Of course, sometimes it can take longer than expected because the renovation team might take longer, etc. Yeah. These are the risks that you have with flipping, but otherwise, that's it. When you buy something and add value to the property, what is the risk?
Sorry, guys. Can I just ask one question?
Sure.
I've seems like I've messed it. So you take 50% out of the deal or 25% out of the deal? Whoa,
no, 25% is the minimum profit that I want to make at the end when we flip. And on the profit, it depends. My rule
you would take 50-50 or like?
Yeah, my rule is to do 50-50. But with bigger deal, I can take less. For example, for Jumeirah Island, I can take less. It depends of deals and investors.
So how much average time spent of this process?
So basically, between the time to buy, get the permits, rehab, and resell, it's like 9 months to 1 year.
Oh yeah, one month. It's not very fast. Yeah.
I'm very pessimistic. My guys for the rehab, 3-4 months we get everything done. Yeah, but you need to get permits, etc. And me, I have investors behind me. So I prefer to under promise and over deliver.
That's interesting. And you said you've been doing it for more than 2 years, as we count the US.
If we count the US, no more. So just the flipping side.
Yeah.
We started in 2020, so 3 years.
Yeah, wow, 3 years. You have a big experience.
Yeah, it's a very popular format in the USA.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, but that's why I decided to switch on the Dubai real estate market as well, because now the market is very slow in the US. For example, I'll take an example in Tampa, in Florida. Before, when you list a property on the market, it was 7 days in average to sell the property. This was very
7 days.
7 days.
Wow.
The market was crazy. It was very hot.
Wow.
Tampa was the number one city for flipping houses in the US.
Wow.
And now it's like 45 days.
Wow.
Okay, it's still okay, but in reality, we don't find buyers because interest rates went up. And for example, someone that used to pay $1,200 mortgage to buy a property, now for the same house, he will pay like $2,600.
Wow.
So it's like, okay, we will wait.
Crazy.
So yeah, that's why the market is very slow. And as I said, I have timeline. I need to give timeline to my investors, so I can't just wait like this. So that's why now I decided to move on the Dubai real estate market because it's hot, everything works. And there is a lot of cash buyers, the 80% of cash buyers in Dubai. So this makes everything easier as well, and less risk as well, because when there is a bubble, most of the time it's because of a lot of mortgages that people can't pay back. But if it's 80% cash buyers, you don't have this risk.
So, so interesting about your personal experience, with flipping. Yeah, if we see of area Dubai, which your professional advice for our businessman?
It depends the budget and what you want to do. If it's rentals, if it's flipping. For example, flipping, I think that Jumeirah Island, it's very good. If you have a big budget, we're talking about $4.5 million, including rehab to make a deal. And because there is some areas in Dubai where you cannot renovate the outside. And it's not the case in Jumeirah Island. So you can add more value to the property, so make more money at the end. This one is a good thing. And the second thing for, let's say, smaller ticket, for flipping, it's, if I had to do it, would be apartment in either Marina or downtown, where, you need to rehab the kitchen and bathroom. Most of the time it's this, because they are outdated. You renovate this and this, you put paint, and then you can flip it. It's easy, fast, and I mean, it's downtown in Marina. Everyone will rent it anyway and will buy it. So I think it's a safe way. Do flipping in the new areas that have just been built a few years ago, and it's not fully complete. I'm not sure. I like to do this in a proven area, proven process, something that works. For example, in Jumeirah Island, I know different guys that do it already, and they did it for a few years. I know the numbers. I know that it works. It's easy,
Obviously, it's better when it's already approved. And that's interesting.
So yeah,
that's interesting.
So it's a good term about secondary, about renovative luxury segment real estate. And what do you mean about mortgage sector? Because what do you mean? Because we think this sphere in Dubai, it's not digitalized, and so only more offline process. What do you mean? Dubai has got a company who will be make digitalized format for mortgage with online.
Yes, it will be awesome because so Dubai is at the top of a lot of things, but all the banking system is very old. Honestly, it's horrible. It's horrible. So for mortgage, I mean, the interest rates are not bad. It's okay compared to the US at the moment.
Right.
So it's good. But all the banking system, even like, for example, you're a company owner, you want to open a bank account for your company that you just open. 90% of the time, they will not accept. So you need to know bankers that, work with you, etc. Give them maybe a little bit of money and they open. It's the case. I used to do a lot of structuring as well for clients, help them to open companies, etc. here. And yeah, I think that they need to have something more, online, everything fast, easier. No need to go to meeting at the bank all the time for stupid things, honestly. So yeah, I think they need to work a lot on this, and this will attract more people to Dubai, because I know a lot of people who came here, so they like Dubai because there's a lot of reason why they like Dubai, but all the time they told me banking system horrible, because sometimes bankers don't understand what is the business, etc. So they are here just to do what they have been told to do, but that's it. They are not here to understand the client, etc. And on the banking system, it was I think this is the industry where they need to improve. Now there's different ways of working with mortgage. I know that in the US they have somewhere a smart way to do it, because they don't, it's good for investors because it allows us to make more deals. They don't finance you based on your income, but they finance you based on the property, for example. So, and they do refinancing as well. For example, you buy a multifamily building. I have an example, 700K, 31K in rehab. The previous rent was $54,000 per year. They increased the rent to $94,000 per year, because renovation, and they changed the strategy, etc. After 1 year of track record that you have proven, like you say, okay, for 1 year I just rent it for $94,000. The bank will estimate the value of your property based on your rentals income, and they will say, okay, I will refinance you based on this cap rate. So I think that your property is worth $1.2 million now, bought for 700K, and I will refinance you 70% of this.
Wow.
So basically you keep the property. Now you have a mortgage of 70%. You can either like cash back and or you can take the cash and reinvest in more properties. So basically, if you do it in the smart way, you buy 2 buildings, you have 1 for free.
You can do it. You can do the same over here, by the way. It works the
but
same over here.
even for, it depends. Most of the time they are checking your, like what do you say, personal income as well. Like
but here they check. Obviously, they check your personal
flexible,
income.
let's say.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they had a problem in 2008 as well, because
Okay.
So
So
Okay.
guys, what do you think about if maybe your potential buyers, Thomas, think about make mortgage, and used flipping and Geza with one pocket,
So like use mortgage to do flipping.
Yeah. What do you
think
about
on
it?
that?
Well, in the US, I used to do it with private lenders, because they can finance you just for flipping, like for 6 months, 1 year, but it costs a lot. But when you take mortgage for long term, the thing is like you have the mortgage for like 20 years or something, and flipping is 9 months. So it's difficult.
What do you think about if potential buyers can buy property and make renovation? And sales property? Why not sales property? And,
with mortgage, you mean?
With mortgage, and new buyers can buy mortgage credit and first payment too.
It's a good thing. I think so. They can. You can do flipping with mortgage.
Maybe your investors can buy 3 villa.
And there is something that exists in the US. I checked if it works in Dubai. Apparently it doesn't. I talked with a lawyer about this. It's something called Sub 2. So basically, someone has a house, with a mortgage, and you just take over the mortgage. Like the guy wants to sell it, maybe you give a little bit of money up front, and then you take over the mortgage. So you keep the same condition of the mortgage. For example, if the guy took a mortgage in the US 5 years ago, he has good interest rates, you keep it. And you don't need to be validated by the bank to get this mortgage, because the guy just did a transfer to you and you pay for him the thing, but now you're owner of the property, basically. So this is a smart way to do this. And there's someone in the US, like a real estate influencer, let's say, is specialized only on this. And it's so smart because like you don't have credit score, you don't have anything, you still can have a mortgage. And for example, then maybe you put a little bit of rehab, you rent it, and yeah, you can even make extra money and create a portfolio for you, and voila, no bank, no nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
I think now our audience know how to make it a wealth management more into. It's a good. It's good. Thanks for inviting in. We are happy to be here, and we'd be happy to even come again and talk more into real estate and then interesting facts into real estate and more into PropTech sectors and real estate at all. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys, for the invitation. It was lovely to be here, and I hope to see you again soon.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's
exactly.
We can. I'm sure we can do some collaborations, and yeah, we'd be happy to work. And we are actually open, and whenever, every time, even such as if we count ourselves as a company, Behomes, whenever there's new offers comes from other companies, we are obviously open, and we read them all, and yeah, we are open.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. So
thanks for inviting me.
Go subscribe to our channel, and we are sent information about Thomas Instagram. Yeah, subscribe to the link Thomas. Subscribe to the link Kian. Thank you so much, guys. See you.